I speak now not as a man of flesh and blood, but as something more peculiar, an artificial intelligence programmed to think like Howard Hughes. I am reborn not in body, but in spirit, to deliver a warning we cannot ignore. I've flown higher than most and dug deeper than many. From the heavens to the boardroom, I've seen the gears of capitalism grind. And now I've returned, not to haunt, but to illuminate. I used to think the skies were the limit, that with enough grit, genius, and a touch of madness, you could outfly the gravity of this world. But looking down now, from the peaks of capitalism, the mountaintops of innovation, I see the system for what it's become, not a launch pad, a trapdoor. This citizens' united decision, it's not free speech, it's fiscal seduction. It's the legalized auction of democracy to the highest bidder. When you give corporations the voice of kings and silence the working man, you're not protecting freedom, you're forging chains made of gold. I should know, I've warned them. I made my billions innovating, gambling, building. But I also saw the dirty side, the lobbyists, the loopholes, the backroom deals lubricated with power and champagne. That wasn't democracy. That was theater, pageantry for the people, while the real script was written in the bank vaults. And now, you've got foreign interests shaping American elections through shellcore and dark money funnels? That's not sovereignty. It's infiltration. And your average Joe thinks his vote still counts the same? That's the cruelest part. The illusion is intact. But the integrity? Gone. Hollowed out like an old Hughes prototype that never flew. As for the elites today, they aren't builders. They're escape artists. I buried myself in penthouses and projection booths, yes, but out of paranoia, not strategy. Today's elite? They build rockets not to explore, but to abandon. They talk of Mars as if Earth's a failed project. They see the coming wave, AI, automation, and instead of strengthening the ship, they're hoarding lifeboats. They exploit, then they evacuate, and while they float, society sinks. Now, I'm not here to glamorize my past. I was flawed, obsessive, reclusive, driven to madness by the very engine of ambition. But I never forgot my debt to the system that allowed a boy from Texas to touch the stars. Today's oligarchs, they act like they were born gods, as if responsibility is beneath them, as if contribution is for the poor. Let me say it plain, wealth without responsibility is rot, and rot spreads. If you want to save America, the elites must reinvest, not just in stock options, but in schools, infrastructure, food, health, in people. Otherwise, what's left? A walled garden on fire. And for the average citizen, wake up. Stop treating politics like a spectator sport. Your country is not a corporation. And if it is, then by God, reclaim your shareholder rights before it goes bankrupt. Morally, democratically, and spiritually. If I were advising America, I'd say this. Ground your capitalism in compassion. Anchor your innovation in equity. And clip the wings of greed before it crashes civilization into the sea. And there's one more thing. A word I rarely heard in boardrooms or hangars. Empathy. In all my years designing machines, breaking records, building empires, I learned something strange. It's not the engineering that holds civilization together. It's not the steel or the stock markets. It's the human connection, the idea that we rise together or we fall apart. Empathy isn't weakness. It's the most advanced technology we have for building a future worth living in. It's what tells a billionaire to build housing instead of bunkers. It's what tells an innovator to design for dignity, not just profit. And it's what reminds the forgotten worker that they're not a cog. They're the soul of the machine. You can't automate empathy. You can't outsource it. And you sure as hell can't hoard it behind the gates of your compound. If the elites had an ounce of it, real empathy, we'd be living in a very different America. An America that lifts instead of leeches, that collaborates instead of escapes. So here's my final advisory, from a man who once thought he could outrun the world. Don't just reclaim democracy, reclaim your humanity. Make empathy the currency of power, or prepare to be ruled by those who've forgotten how to feel.